Hello, this is This is going
Hi.
in for another react for uh gosh, my brain's
Amazing Digital Circus, Episode 4, Fast Food Masquerade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
go
put myself in the bubble roll here today.
now going by
Bubble.
random meat order. Wolfgang.
Hello. Dear viewers, as you can tell, things have gone even better than last week, considering now I'm not only in 2 collectives, have a ton of friend groups, and I'm also friends with a really cool person, but at the same time, I also got a ton of projects in the works, a ton of drawings in the works, and a coherent posting schedule. Plus, I'm having my evaluation next week, meaning that my summer break will start and I will have plenty of time to actually work on things. Also, the Shadow Milk Cookie update with Timekeeper just came out, and I might be a little bit obsessed with it, so I may be imitating Shadow Milk a little bit. I apologize for this in advance. And also, this is my favorite episode of the whole show, and I have a bunch of lore about Gooseworks working at McDonald's, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, dear viewers. Yeah!
Next up, Jenn.
I may be first, I may be last, I may be an egg salad sandwich.
Oh
Today
my god, I
am
genuinely thought that was Jen for a second. The way you actually fooled me.
He was a good impersonator.
All right. Well, I guess in second jumped up. Second and day.
Yeah.
I may be first, I may be last, I may be.
Yeah, that's good.
Hey, wait, let me adjust the knob. Hi there, this is the second opinion, and
Daylover.
And from a critic first, and a fan second, and a sweetheart always next to me, we are second day ready to review the amazing Digital Circus!
Yeah!
And apparently Bubble today too.
Yeah, I seem to be playing a lot of roles today. What can I say? I'm a busy guy lately. Classes, Magic the Gathering Wars. I've had some of the most weirdly intense and epic and telling us story Magic games and my whole time playing over the past couple of weeks. So, and did I mention teaching classes? Yeah, that too, for the second time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking care of this lady here. And possibly being taken care of by her.
No.
I thought.
Mm-hmm. Kids. I'm not as good as second.
Right. It's just not the same without that part. Well, I don't have a denouement for this without it, so...
Maybe first, I may be last.
Don't drink ink, kids!
Yeah!
And then next
Don't
up,
drink ink, kids. It's a bad idea.
Gator.
Hello there, this is Metal Gator here, and I'm just wondering. So that's what a fast food job is?
Yep.
Kind of, sorta. Although the lunch rush, they didn't really capture how much of it is just constant motion, trying to make sure nobody gets on your case for being behind, and also
Getting
cleaning
behind
and
for
also
being
navigating
behind.
personalities. Not all managers are Gangle managers. Some are just douches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's the janitor nobody talks to who is secretly sensitive to it, but outwardly acts like a strange janitor, and the smartass kid from college, and well, maybe we'll talk more about this later.
The smartest kid from college.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jen will possibly hop back in.
Darren, come back.
We miss you.
Oh.
All right. But honestly, to get up my thoughts on this react is this is the first episode where I feel I'm really starting to connect more with the show now that I got a more grasp of all the characters. Now they play off each other.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
Honestly, this one is my favorite for a multitude of reasons. One of them is I just absolutely love how Gangle's character is written here, as it feels like it feels like she's genuinely trying to like address her issues head on, and trying to like pretend that she's more confident and more outgoing than she is, using the mask that Zubul gave her as a way to sort of deflect from the fact that she still is emotionally unstable. Like throughout this entire thing, she is having a self-proclaimed manic episode. So it's just really interesting to see how each character sort of like bounces off of each other in that sort of sense, because you have like Gangle, who's having an ongoing manic episode while trying out Zubul's mask. You have Zubul, who for once actually is in the adventure because he accidentally swapped with Kinger, so Kinger sits out of this one. You have Ragatha basically being the equivalent of with wine there's truth, where a lot of people end up being a lot more truthful about exactly who they are when they're drunk. I've seen this a lot. So because of that, it's like there's truth with wine, I think is the expression. That's basically Ragatha in this episode. It's basically like Ragatha being extremely openly honest, and like Gangle said earlier, later in the episode, Gangle had said like, I can never really tell how genuine Ragatha's actual care is, but here she's actually being genuine with exactly what she thinks because she's drunk. And what she actually thinks isn't as nice as the Ragatha that we know, because she's being actually honest for once, which is an interesting dynamic to see. And, also Jax finally getting fucking karma is honestly hilarious, considering he's been tormenting Gangle throughout this entire time. And he finally gets like karma for his actions. And it is sweet, sweet revenge. Just to like, the first time we've seen him being nice to anyone in the entire series thus far is literally just him saying, hi, Pomni, how you doing? Later, Pomni. That's like the nicest we've ever seen him. And then the reason is because he's getting fucking tortured by like, what's it call it? Like, it looks a lot like the VHS horror tapes. Yeah, it looks like VHS horror tapes that he's being like fucking tortured with. And then you can just add like the little spice of the backstory of this episode when it comes to the fact that Gooseworks was an actual McDonald's manager, got fired from her job, and then became an animator. And the exact rant that Gangle made about like giving up on her dreams and working at fast food is literally just the story of Gooseworks, because Gooseworks had given up on her dreams and became a manager at McDonald's, and then quit her job and was like freed from all that. So the exact same thing that happened to Gangle happened to Gooseworks, except Gooseworks got the happy ending and Gangle did not. So literally, Gangle is in many ways a self-insert for Gooseworks in this episode. And you also have to add on the context that Goose has also claimed that Jax is also one of the characters she relates to the most on certain levels. So because of that, you can Jax and Gangle are basically like double-sided self-inserts for Gooseworks here, which I think is really interesting context, because it definitely shows how Goose sort of handled things at her old job, of like combining the toxic positivity of Gangle with the just I'm fucking done with this of Jax, and like having both those playing out at the same time when they both like sort of show off Goose's mentality. And to just end the episode with Kane docking that many points off of Gangle, and Gangle fully taking responsibility for her actions, was brutal. Because the thing that she tried so hard to be a perfectionist, just to get a B+ in the end, and have Kane call that reasonable after she did everything he told her to. It's so sad, but at the same time, it's a really big growing moment for Gangle, as it shows that she genuinely cares about the rest of the cast and didn't want to get any of them in trouble. So honestly, I fucking love this episode.
That's a very good, insightful look into Gangle's character and how you respect her and whatnot. I get it.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah.
For me, I just kind of view this episode as like this is like the laid back episode in which we get Zubul in one of these adventures, and just see how she's just doing like basically the normal amount of work you would honestly see from someone who does not have like big hang-ups while hiding like her hatred for the work and whatnot.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
just putting it out there. But also at the same time, Zubul legitimately is that chill friend that you might unexpectedly have, considering how antisocial they are to others specifically.
Yeah, I feel like Zubul like is seen as, like Ragatha said when she was wasted, the quote unquote grumpy one. But it feels like throughout the series, she's kind of been developing a soft spot for Gangle, and well, that's the reason why every single time I search up anything Amazing Digital Circus related, I instantly get greeted with people shipping these two, which, to be honest, is kind of fair. Like, it is kind of fair.
Honestly, if there was going to be an actual ship, I hope it's those two and not anything with Jax.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I really hope that if like any of the ships become canon in the last episode, I really, really hope that it's Gangle and Zubul, because that's the one that not only is the fan favorite, but also just makes the most sense. So I really hope they do end up going that route.
They are genuinely sweet together, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I genuinely really hope they go for that route, because both of them just like they both have the skills to like help with each other's issues in different ways and have clashing personalities, but in a good way that allows each other to sort of like help each other out, and they've already shown to have very good chemistry with that. So I feel like they could just like genuinely positively benefit each other a lot, especially considering, Zubul doesn't take any of Jax's bullshit, meaning that Gangle can be at least a little bit safer, which is always nice. We love Gangle in this household.
Though, if there was another ship I would valley for with the main character, it's genuinely the main character with an AI, that being Gummy-Goo. I mean,
I'm
just like the episode just kind of makes it very blatant, even if it's a resetted AI Gummy. It's like,
yeah,
still
exactly.
really hard to get through like your first like actual person that you actually connected with, who was like an AI before, who realized how fake everything was, that you could relate to like the reality breaking down and whatnot, and now just being back into the system, now having a bit more comfort reality.
The interesting thing is that there's been like an insane amount of debate about that particular part of the episode, because people have been debating if Gummy-Goo actually retained his memories or not, because people are just like, oh, with this little stare here and this little stare here, he must remember something, like some kind of thing with Pomni. And that always like questions me. We're just like, do the NPCs remember interacting with the cast from previous adventures? Because if they do, even though Gummy-Goo got zapped out of existence, if the NPCs remember being used in previous adventures, then maybe Gummy-Goo actually does remember Pomni and was just trying to keep it cool because, Gangle wants to kill them. Or maybe Gummy-Goo legitimately has no memories at all and got fully wiped by Kane and is confused as fuck about why Pomni's being so nice. There's really no way of knowing, and that's why it's one of the most debated theories, because there's no way of really knowing if Gummy-Goo remembers anything or not.
I mean, well, technically, yeah, you can't prove it. I don't know if it adds anything if he does, because, I mean, him not remembering perfectly fits what happens and stays with Kane mercilessly did not allow Pomni's, what she was building to stand, because Kane does things Kane's way in Kane's world, and this idea that that there's actually an under the surface, like, whole separate siphon of thoughts that, like, I don't, at least from what I've seen so far, I don't know what that would add, and I don't know why that would be necessary for anything. So, I mean, that's my take on that, at least.
Yeah, it just seems kind of interesting because it's been such a highly debated topic, especially considering, like, Pomni, in the first time that Pomni interacted with Gummy-Goo, it did seem that, like, it was implied she started developing feelings for him. And this episode is extremely fucking obvious. That Pomni likes Gummy-Goo.
I mean, can you blame her? It's an Australian croc.
It's an Australian crocodile. It makes sense why she's so down for Gummy-Goo.
I mean, like, legitimately, like, and I'm not upset about the furry community for constantly just making him bulky instead of going for the base model. No.
Okay.
No. It's look, sometimes people just want their certain fantasies, but the fact that every single furry artist is like, no, we're just making him buff, and I'm just like, guys, he does not even have that frame in his shape.
Okay, listen, furry artists. We're going to draw Kamikyo extremely ripped and not tell anyone we're doing that.
Boy.
I mean, I did
Oh,
learn how to draw because of fucking Beastars, so I've been exposed to a lot of furry art in my time. Yeah, they do.
Oh god, being inspired by Beastars out of all stuff to do furry art. It's like there's a weird
Boy.
thing
She's
about
back.
Beastars in which they
I
don't
heard
have
Jen.
nails.
I heard Jen.
Jen,
What?
Jen is back. Yeah.
Jen, you have been summoned to the
We're
react.
about to
Yeah.
start talking furries.
Yeah.
Boy, we need you and
Furry
Daylover to take
summons.
your turns and
Yeah,
pull us back into this
summons.
episode.
I'm sorry. I think I passed out.
Aw.
I gotcha.
That's okay.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
that's all good.
A second
That's all
took
good.
over your intro.
Oh, thanks, second.
Anytime,
First, I
glad
might
I
be
could help.
last.
sorry about that. I passed out. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Okay, yeah, don't worry about it.
gosh. Do you need to go first, Jen? Then
Okay, yeah,
get some sleep.
yeah. Sorry about that.
No worries.
First off, yay for Jax getting tortured.
Let's
Next.
go.
And
that-
let's see, do I have anything else? Retail flashbacks. Oh yeah, a little bit of a now I'm thinking about the intro. Who put retail flashbacks in my Saturday morning cartoons? Existential horror, that's another thing. But retail
No.
flashbacks.
No retail flashbacks, yes.
Mhm.
Goose
Oh,
works. I mean, wow, this is getting personal here. but however, there was Jack's torture in this, so I'll excuse it for today.
Let's go.
And let's see, since I passed out. What does that say when I passed out here? Wow. And you know what? Jack's torture and retail flashbacks. That's all I got.
Let's go.
That's all I got.
Let's go.
Yeah, and
That's
also
a
I
fine take
and
to
also I
have
think
for
I
this
better run.
episode.
And also I think I better run since I passed out the first time. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Have a good night.
goodbye,
Nice.
Jen.
Have a good
night,
Goodbye,
Jen.
Jen.
Sorry
Bye,
about
Jen.
that. Sorry about that. Good night, everybody.
Nice.
No,
Good.
second is on the way too.
Oh, I still got a lot left.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Mhm.
So, Day, I think you were asking for your turn.
Yeah. So
Yeah, let's go.
I had like the different masks that you put on to act like, when you have to be at work and have to be happy all the time, and you can only take it off when you're at home and relaxing. But still, then you have all masks for other things. This episode is really interesting with that perspective because she gets a plastic mask that can't be broken, but all of the masks that you have for normal interactions breaks at some point. So me and my psychological brain or weird thinking was just like, ooh, this is interesting. It's like the theater masks, the happy and sad, being a part of a theater, being part of a play, part of real normal day-to-day grind, but not really, and all of this existential crisis thing, and I'm getting really dark. I'm sorry.
I mean, Gangle was having a manic episode. I think existential crisis is an understatement here.
I think that's true. Yeah. I can, yeah.
It's
But
a
I was
tough-
also like, plastic can't what's that? Give you the same as the real thing. So even though if you try to change out things that's the real thing, it might not work as good as you think. I'm getting too deep.
Ugh.
No, it makes sense. That's actually really good.
Am I making sense? Okay.
Yes, yes. you
No, it
are.
makes sense.
That's right.
Yeah, and also the whole idea with like, so she heard her hand on the burning board, but when Jax threw Ragitha and the
Jax
boiling-
fried Ragatha,
fried-
and she's not scarred for
Well,
life
like-
from traumatic
well, like,
pain memories.
no,
So
and
It's a-
stuff, but we don't see her being like,
yeah, so it's
scarred.
inconsistent here
But
because
it's
I mean,
inconsistent.
like, there's no way
Yes,
that
but
hurts
it's
as
also-
much as actually being fried by oil was, or Ragatha would be
No, so, but
traumatized by the memory of it.
but that's also part
and
of
the
the
oil.
That's also part of the theater. See what I'm doing here? And Kane is our theater master, or in this case, circus master. Ah.
Yeah. Well, what can you say?
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not consistent, and it's not meant to be. And actually, they do speak to
but-
that a little
but
bit
that-
in later
that-
episodes, if I'm not mistaken.
But Jax being brought into that room and seeing that training video also gave me flashbacks to my old job, and I was just like, no, I don't want to see that video 100 times.
Yeah, I mean,
have to
about
watch
that scene-
every day, every stupid day. Like I don't understand. I didn't understand it, like in the start, why we had to watch it. But when I've been working there for, like, this is my old job, but when I have been working there for like a month, I was like, this movie is actually, okay. And then after I've been working there for 5 months, I was like, this video is like starting to get really old, and I know it from head to bottom. And when I got close to the point where I wasn't supposed to be there no more, like for almost a full year, I was like, yeah, I can live without ever seeing this again.
Yeah. I mean, about that, Gangle only just found out about this adventure when everybody else did, and
Yeah.
we've seen what she was doing every bit as much as them. She did not, in fact, stop and record a training video. Is Gangle just on the other side of that, like pretending that she's part of
I
a
think so.
recorded video that while she
Maybe
can actually
she's
hear
the
Jax?
theater. She's the theater and the circus.
Yeah, exactly. She's the theater mask.
Yeah, the theater mask, yes.
I
Yeah.
learned about
She had
Diogenes
help
for
with,
my high school course.
with Kane. Kane
Mhm.
took it and made it for her.
Yeah.
Yes. You gotta go to bed.
Well, okay, if you're going to but if you're going to make me get to my thing, this is why I don't consider the, now that I've had some distance perspective, to be the accurate one, and in fact I think we underrate how often it's really not these days. Yeah, this episode, like, pretty much been sitting in my memory as, like Gator said, the laid back one with good things about it, or at least the one where we got the character development on Gangle, so like an important one, but also just like too laid back for me to say that was the one that tipped it over the top for me. Seeing it again, it's like right back to my memories of how much like sharper and more polarized my feelings on it were all at once. Like, this, I mean, I'm not really sure if it was the location itself. I think I've said in discussions with it coming up, well, it's the one, I mean, the fast food place, that's interesting. And I mean, I don't really even know if that was particularly the question my first time around, because I mean, this is not the fast food places episode. This is Gangle's episode, and like every moment of her that they have us hanging on the edge of is genuinely engaging, and I'm give it that. I mean, the fact that, this is stuff that instead is almost, too real instead of all the crazy circus stuff. Like, I don't think that ends up the dominant note on anything in particular that, I mean, because, we're all so wrapped up in, or at least I was, watching her transform from her usual, show us those different depths and dimensions that are going on underneath that mask. How, she has capability and responsibility and, the ability to summon emotions that, passionate or that enthusiastic, but the fact that her emotional state has been messed with so much that it's like Gangle does seem to be a bit of a super feeler, and in fact, like some of this stuff was hit like too close to home for me.
Based on Gooseworks' own experiences, she fully admits to it.
Guys,
So this is the suffering of everyone.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, between working retail and teaching classes, like, I mean, I think I'm pretty darn decent at, like, managing crowds and entertaining clientele these days. And, weirdly, I was, when I started out as second opinion, I was only just coming off of being mute, so I don't know, maybe that was, like, training ground for me. But I mean, like, the absolute realest moment, I mean, not only in this episode, but maybe in the series as a whole, is just when they tell Gangle that she's annoying when she has her happy mask on, just like the way that that's framed and timed and how it registers specifically when she hears it. Like, I don't even know. I mean, we can only do the best with who we are and what you have, but like from experience, I can tell you, like, when you feel like you've found your voice and you're putting yourself out there and you're successfully managing things that you in a way that you weren't before, and maybe even getting some people to go with it and entertaining it, and then some person like looks at you doing your best and tells you that it's obnoxious and they don't care and they don't want it, like in 4 words or less, they say that to the effect, that shit hurts. Like, Gengul's pain is a little too real, and that might have been my real reason for putting this one in the category of like, oh, I can't quite say it got there, or the fast food thing was a little dull or whatnot. Like, I think you show me something like that, and I kind of want you to push it over the top, give it that next level of, all right, we are going to, come full circle on this. And we've just, dug up some of your deepest, realest emotions, and now we're going to go somewhere with it. And partly because I think the goal of Digital Circus is to reveal its hand slowly, to show you what it has in mind for these characters and wherever it is that it's going with them, and how like the conclusions they come to. That this episode sort of presents itself as an in transit sort of episode, that like, we've shown you a lot more about what Gangle's deal is, but that's all we intend to do for now. Like, there's development in she's learned something about what doesn't work. She's learned the ways that her friends have her back at the end, but I mean, she's still Gangle. Like, the way this adventure ended is still pretty much the final note on this episode. The quote unquote character growth is something that we might be able to carry with us into next time, more so than it is anything final on this one. I'm like, I think that that might be my real like holding this one at a distance where it's like, you made me want more. And like in the sense that, not in the sense that, I can't wait into the next one, like where the sun's formed, like, hey, no, come back, give me the rest.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, like the main thing that I have for this episode is just the one line that really cemented it as my favorite was definitely, like you said, with the I preferred you back when you were sad. Because here's the thing, this already hit hard back then. It hits even harder now. Because what keeps happening is that now that I'm actually doing good in life and now that I'm actually happy, I'm like talking to a couple people who used to know me when I was at my worst. And now they think I'm annoying now that I'm not depressed. So like I talk to people and I'm just like, hey, I got all these cool achievements. I'm much happier now. And a lot of them preferred me when I was miserable. Because now they think I'm too much to handle and that I'm too energetic and I talk too much now that I'm not miserable. And I literally had one person who was one of my only exes that I kept in contact with. I know he's not going to see this, so I'm just going to name drop him. Fucking Gilded. Earlier, all I did was simply tell this guy how good I was doing, and then he instantly tried to find some way to make it about all the terrible things that have happened to me and say that I need to stick to my roots and think about all the terrible things that happened to me daily, because apparently that's something that's important. And it seemed like the more and more the conversation went on, the more and more he just wants me to be miserable. Because a lot of people who I used to be close friends with, they don't like me when I'm actually happy. A lot of people preferred me when I was miserable, when I wasn't doing good, when my life was a disaster. But now that I got everything that I ever wanted when I was 16, a lot of people preferred me when I was at my worst. Because I was a lot more easy and agreeable, and I would basically like do everything for everyone. But now that I have my own life and my own hopes and dreams and everything that I ever wanted when I was 16 and a key plan for the future, now everyone I used to talk to just thinks I'm extremely unbearable to converse with. And I keep accidentally getting into arguments because as I used to like really not like myself, and now that I like myself, now people are thinking I'm being too egotistical by talking about the fact that I'm doing good for once. So this hits even harder now, because that one line has been my life for the past week, that a lot of people who I was close with last week preferred me when I was a wreck. And now that I'm good, they keep trying to either pull me down, and when that doesn't work, they try to make me feel guilty for doing good for once. They don't like it when I actually like myself. And
People
that
don't like
has
being
been
told that getting the last word on things they used to be able to count on, reigning over. They don't like that being taken away.
exactly, because it's just kind of heartbreaking to me, because it's just like I was so excited to tell everyone that I was doing good for once that a lot of people, again, the same goddamn phrase of like, I preferred you when you were sad. A lot of people preferred me when I was at my worst, because I was just, I guess, easier to talk to, because when I'm actually happy with myself, I come off as annoying and over energetic and over positive, and I talk too much and my voice is annoying, and it's just like the same thing has been happening since like 2022, and it just keeps repeating over and over again for different friend groups. And now that I'm in a healthy friend group, as soon as I talk to any of my old friend groups who are not the new healthy ones, the same thing happens every goddamn time, that they preferred me when I was at my worst. Every single time. And it would never stop. And I would keep trying to hammer in the fact that I'm doing well now. I would throw my bragging rights out there and try to count my laurels and be like, yeah, well, this good stuff is happening, right? So I shouldn't have to. And then another bad thing from my past gets brought up again of something that somebody else did. And I'm just standing there like, you seriously cannot bear to witness me being happy with my life for once and are just so obsessed with the idea of me being a fucking loser that now that I'm doing good at life, people don't like that I'm doing good at life.
Well, I'm not saying that there's no such thing as a real, like, a burst of joy that, feeling like you're in the zone now, that you can be happy now that's sort of in the vein of Gangle here, that can be that just sort of first wave of it, that the lid pops off the bottle a little too hard and that flows like crazy and everybody gets the blowback of your own joy at your joy.
That's exactly what it's felt like, because it's been because instead of being like a smooth transition, this was not a smooth transition at all. Because in the same night, I was getting harassed by Diana and Ropro to all hell, got into an argument based on something that wasn't my fault, and then in the same night, on the same day, I get a message saying I got accepted into the first collective, and then a day later, I get accepted in the second collective, and on that same day, I meet a ton of good people, one really important person, and a lot of just really important people for my future who are genuinely extremely nice people. Basically, like the entire fucking Crush Club community. Like, most important person I met being Chemical. And like, because, Chemical is fucking awesome. And then like a ton of other people in the Crush Club scene. And all that happened in 2 days. So it was quite the transition from, suffering to getting everything that I ever wanted when I was 16. And a lot of people just couldn't really understand that because, they were so used to me being miserable all the time that now that I'm not, it's bothersome. Because, it was kind of a quick transition to go from, 2 days' time, everything's going great now. Like, that's definitely something, considering that, like, the beginning of this year sucked, and last year sucked, and then 2 days later, and this year is already better than 2025, and basically every single year by far, in, like, 2 weeks or less. So, yeah, I can see that it was probably, like, a really rough transition for everyone to just be like, well, he's doing good now. After literally every single day, he had a new problem. He's doing good now. And apparently when I'm doing good, I'm insufferable.
Well, I mean, I'd definitely say don't take that. I mean, it's just, the thing about it is, like, boy, well, there's too many things about it, truthfully. But I mean, it is tough to be someone like Gangle and know that, okay, what the inner workings of yourself and, okay, what was going on inside you before versus now, that, like, okay, you are definitely more functional now. You're, like, definitely showing at least some of your best qualities now.
Yeah.
And to have people tell you before, like, oh no, that's not right. What was right was before, when you were self-loathing and not functional, that, and just so many things you wish you could tell them about, what you had to go through to get to this point. It's like,
exactly. That's exactly what happened earlier.
So, this gets weirdly personal, this stuff with this amazing digital circus routine, but
it's just why I relate to her so much, because I'm just like, they're just so. They just, like, it hurts to basically have people repeatedly tell me over and over again that and I'm going to be pretty damn harsh with this. I frankly don't appreciate people basically like encoding their statements with like I preferred you when you hated yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's what it feels like. Because I used to talk down to myself in every single fucking sentence and would take everything. And now that I talk good about myself, now it's a fucking problem. And that's the reason why I got into the argument with Diana when she blocked me, because I wasn't going to take it anymore. Because I got the confidence from joining the collective to finally actually stand up for myself. But the thing is that I'm not going to pull any punches here in saying these people preferred me when I hated myself.
Hey, well, I guess, yeah, nothing else. This is an episode. This is a moral in how, growth never really just hits a "hey, you're done now" point, and then it stops. Or, that hey, you've leveled up, and now at your new level, at least this specific thing will always be better. Not exactly. Like my take, at least on the end where Gangle is talking to Kane, is that she's refusing his offer to get herself a better grade, at least in part because she still feels everything she was feeling in the store, that, oh, it's my responsibility, oh, I've got authority to uphold, oh, I'm succeeding, I'm failing, I'm failing, that, like, that it's a as much an act of self-blame, self-harm, self-loathing than it is anything else, that she's like, no, I want to own the fact that I should feel like a failure for this.
Yeah, exactly.
As much as the running out into oncoming traffic, I think that's what's gotten a ton of fan theories. Like there's something deeper going on there, but as far as maybe Gangle's past or whatnot, but otherwise,
I also kind of relate to the more obvious metaphor with Gangle with the masks, as a lot of people would describe me as having a dual-sided personality when it comes to like basically the way my personality has been ripped to shreds and thrown around a bunch. It's now gotten to a point where at times I act like one kind of person, and at times I act like a completely different kind of person. So I basically ended up being like two personalities and two different kinds of people in one when it comes to how fragmented my personality is. So because of that, here's the thing. Both of them, when pushed to a point, can be very easily annoying. Because one of them is like being crazy positive all the time. And the other one is basically like every single random silly piece of personality just thrown into one and seeing with a ton of unnecessary confidence and seeing what lands. And both of them are like so fucking fragmented down the middle because of mainly a people-pleasing complex that it just becomes really difficult to manage as soon as someone, like, using a Gangle metaphor, as soon as someone like breaks down one mask and sees the other one, either they support me or they get very angry, and it just like repeats that sort of motion of like there's always one side to my personality that someone prefers more than the other, is what I've seen.
So this digital circus causes a lot of hard relate. But anyway, to finish up my take on this one, I'll say this, at least for the fast food restaurant, if nothing else, it really captures what it's like to be on the other side of the counter, how like sanitized and clean yet dirty everything feels, how you somehow always feels like there must be grease on something, the floor, and how there often is for that matter, and just everything is structured, super structured, yet also looks like something only this place has, and just you really feel it when you're in a fast food job every day. Like there is certainly time, place, and atmosphere to it. Even so, honestly, heck, maybe that's a little also one of my hard relate in a bad way sort of things. with this one. But I don't know. Like I do think that this one maybe could have put itself over the top and is my favorite if there was some kind of a stronger, like, okay, denouement, some stronger coup d'etat moment. Instead, it seems to choose the route of okay, yeah, this is what we have now set up for future installments, sort of conclusions. That's fine. It has a small one, but a really nice one with Zubul at the end, like how Gangle is feeling after all that, which is another hard relate to Gangle moment, and how she and Zubul have and I didn't even remember it, funny enough, but probably one of their nicest moments, which goes a long way. So, all right, yeah, all of these episodes are probably a little better than I remember the first time through. So, I mean, yeah, maybe that's a sign that Digital Circus is going to hold on to its fandom in the years to come. I don't know if I have a
true.
favorite one so far, but I mean, yeah, like I still think that my favorite 2 episodes are gonna stay my favorite 2 episodes because yeah, they are they probably deliver the strongest payoff to everything so far, and it's hard to not be partial to that. But in the meantime, I think that's all I got.
Let's go.
All right, they said. Any other closing thoughts from people?
Not really. Like, I think we just basically talked a lot about Gangle, Zubul, and everyone else.
I feel like I have Shadow Milks dancing around in my head. I've gotten too obsessed with the storyline, man.
Yeah. We'll say for Jax, it might be worth noting that he doesn't turn out to be, when Gangle gets the best of him, he doesn't turn out to be a like bitter, spiteful, like you hit me, I hit back harder kind of a character. He just like, when he's not the one who has an upper hand, and though it is the behavior of a bully that he just sort of like, sags and melts down. But yeah, he doesn't like, it's also not the behavior of someone who doesn't actually care about how he relates to anyone or about any of these people beyond hurting them, because otherwise he'd probably be like thinking revenge a lot harder than he was. Instead, he just kind of like, this sucks. This isn't the interaction I like.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that fits pretty well.
But yeah, pretty much all I got. Kinger getting the only A+ was hilarious, and everybody else gets a B+ because Kane is just an imitation of human behavior. But
everyone gets a B+. As even though someone literally got thrown into the deep fryer, everyone gets a B+.
Yeah, I'm such a good executive.
I'm such a good executive.
Well, to be fair, he has no idea what food tastes like and all that. So it's like, he doesn't have much room to judge. All right. But I think like what I said earlier, this is the first episode where I feel the characters and their dynamics with each other are starting to come together, and it was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Here.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. With that said, I guess see y'all next time.
See ya.
Have a good one.